Have you ever found yourself reflecting and wishing you had made different choices? As we grow older, the decisions we make can either pave the way for a fulfilling and meaningful life or gradually diminish our happiness and well-being. It's important to recognize that what might appear to be minor mistakes can snowball over time, resulting in significant consequences like loneliness, financial difficulties, and even health problems that could have been prevented. In this video, we're going to chat about 5 of the biggest mistakes folks often make in their later years that can quietly impact their lives. Some of these might catch you off guard because they tend to unfold slowly, and folks often don't notice the harm they're causing until it's already too late. Once you spot these patterns, you'll be empowered to make smarter choices, steer clear of regrets, and take charge of your future. Stick around until the end because there's more to this than just steering clear of mistakes. It's all about making sure that your later years are packed with joy, purpose, and good health. Let's dive into the 5 common mistakes, explore why they occur, and discover how you can avoid them to create a better life. If you're looking to avoid any unintentional roadblocks in your journey, you definitely won't want to miss this. Before we start, I would really appreciate it if you liked this video. You can also help me continue spreading these timeless lessons. If you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any videos. If you like this video, leave a comment with the number 1. If you don't, comment with the number 0 so I can improve future videos. Now let's get started. First off, ignoring physical health. One of the most common and harmful mistakes folks make as they grow older is overlooking their physical health. It usually begins in small ways, like missing a morning walk now and then, or opting for convenience foods instead of healthier meals. But as time goes on, these little habits really start to add up. As we get older and our energy levels start to wane, many folks think it's just a normal part of aging. In truth, a lot of the decline we see as we get older isn't solely because of aging. It's often linked to inactivity, not eating well, and overlooking those early warning signs of health issues. If you've ever felt a bit stiff after sitting for a while, or noticed that your balance isn't quite what it used to be, that's your body trying to communicate with you. Staying active is important, regardless of your age. The more you stay still, the tougher it gets to keep moving. And before you know it, simple tasks like getting up from a chair, climbing stairs, or even grabbing something from a high shelf can start to feel challenging. When muscles aren't as strong, it can make it harder to keep your balance, and that can raise the chances of falls, which is a significant concern for older adults. Just one fall can lead to injuries that may take months to heal, or in some instances can really change how you live your life. Let's talk about Henry for a moment. At 74, he thought he was doing pretty well health-wise, but gradually he began to skip his daily walks. A few months down the road, he began to realize that standing for extended periods was becoming more exhausting, and he started to feel some aches in his knees. When he finally made the choice to start exercising again, he realized he had lost quite a bit of strength, and even a quick stroll would leave him feeling out of breath. He spent months putting everything back together, and he frequently found himself wishing he had never allowed himself to take a break in the first place. Another common issue is overlooking diet. Many seniors think that since they're not eating as much as they used to, they can let nutrition slide. As we get older, our bodies need more of certain nutrients. For instance, protein is essential for keeping our muscles strong, calcium is important for healthy bones, and fiber helps with digestion. Relying on highly processed foods, skipping meals, or grabbing quick snacks can really take a toll on your health. It can leave you feeling sluggish, weaken your immune system, and even lead to chronic issues like diabetes and high blood pressure. Skipping regular checkups is a common mistake that can lead to some serious issues down the road. Lots of folks tend to skip doctor visits unless they're feeling really unwell. But regular checkups can help spot issues early on when treatment is a lot simpler. High blood pressure, high cholesterol, and even early signs of osteoporosis often fly under the radar without any clear symptoms. By the time you realize something's off, the harm might have already been done. Taking charge of your health means being proactive rather than waiting for a problem to become too big to overlook. There's always a silver lining. It's never too late to make a change. Even little changes, like adding just 15 minutes of walking to your daily routine or trading. Processed foods for fresh, whole ingredients can really make a big impact. Using light weights or resistance bands for strength training can really help keep your muscles strong and prevent frailty. Prioritizing regular health checkups can help catch issues before they turn into serious problems. Caring for your body isn't just about dodging the effects of aging. It's all about making sure you can continue enjoying the things you love for as long as you can. One of the most heartbreaking mistakes folks make as they grow older is pulling away from their social connections. At first, it may appear to be nothing serious. Maybe you find yourself skipping some get-togethers, making fewer calls, or thinking that others are just too busy to come by. However, as time goes on, this type of isolation can subtly pave the way for feelings of loneliness, depression, and even a quicker decline in both mental and physical well-being. Humans are social creatures, and being connected goes beyond simply having people around. It's all about keeping that sense of purpose alive, staying engaged, and looking after our emotional well-being. Lots of older folks think that feeling lonely is just something that comes with getting older, but that's just not the case at all. Studies have indicated that feeling socially isolated can affect your health, just like smoking 15 cigarettes daily. It raises the chances of heart disease, can weaken the immune system, and has even been associated with a greater risk of developing dementia. When the brain doesn't get enough stimulation from conversations, shared experiences, and emotional connections, it can start to slow down, increasing the chances of memory loss and cognitive decline. Meet Dorothy, a 76-year-old who slowly began to pull away from her friends. She reassured herself that they were likely caught up with their own families and wouldn't want to trouble them. Weeks slipped into months, and before she realized it, she found herself spending most of her days alone, with just the TV to keep her company. She just didn't feel like herself anymore. She felt her energy fade away. Her mood took a turn for the worse, and she struggled to find the motivation to engage in activities she used to love. When she finally took the step to reconnect, calling an old friend, joining a local book club, and inviting her grandchildren over more often, her whole perspective shifted. She felt more engaged, happier, and even noticed some improvements in her memory and energy levels. One common mistake folks often make is depending solely on family for socializing. Family is definitely important, but relying on them as your sole source of companionship can sometimes set you up for disappointment. Family and friends each have their own duties, so it's important to build a circle of friends, neighbors, or community members to connect with. Having a variety of social interactions can really enhance your life, making it more fulfilling and ensuring you don't feel alone. When family members are tied up with their own activities, technology has made it easier than ever to stay connected, but many seniors shy away from it because it can feel overwhelming or unfamiliar. Embracing simple tools like video calls, social media, or even voice messages can really help keep those meaningful connections alive, especially when you can't visit in person. Figuring out how to use these tools isn't just about staying on top of trends. It's all about ensuring you stay in the loop in our ever-evolving digital landscape. Hey, the great thing is that you can always reconnect, no matter when it is. Getting involved in a club, lending a hand through volunteering, checking out local events, or simply making it a point to call a friend each week can really change things for the better. The aim isn't to fill up your social calendar. It's all about keeping those meaningful connections alive, which help you stay mentally sharp, emotionally fulfilled, and engaged with everything happening around you. If you're still with me in this video and enjoying these insights, I'd love for you to drop a comment with the number 2 below to let me know you're here. If you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you won't miss any of our videos. Your support allows us to keep bringing you great content that informs and inspires. All right, let's keep going. Thirdly, not being willing to embrace change. One of the biggest mistakes folks make as they get older is pushing back against change. Whether it's technology, lifestyle changes, or even evolving social norms, many seniors tend to resist adapting. That makes sense. Change can feel a bit uneasy. After so many years of living a certain way, it's natural to think you shouldn't have to pick up something new. But the truth is, not adapting won't keep the world from moving forward. It really adds to the frustration and can make you feel pretty alone. It's a common belief that new technology is just for the younger crowd. In today's world, staying connected really hinges on our openness to learning. Using a smartphone, navigating online banking, or learning how to make a video call, these skills go beyond mere conveniences. They're becoming a must-have. When older, adults shy away from using even the simplest digital tools. They can end up missing out on important conversations, facing challenges with everyday tasks that could be made easier, or becoming more susceptible to scams due to a lack of understanding about how things operate. Let's talk about Albert for a moment. At 78, he stood his ground against smartphones, firmly believing that his trusty old flip phone was just fine for him. As time went on, he noticed that his grandkids were chatting away in group messages he couldn't join. His bank began asking for online access to access certain services, and he found himself missing out on so many conveniences that could have made his life a lot easier. In the end, he chose to embrace technology. With a bit of patience, he figured out how to text, make video calls, and even order groceries online. What began as a hesitant attempt soon turned into something that improved his life in ways he never saw coming. Sometimes folks hold on to old habits, even when there are better choices right in front of them. This might look like someone sticking to their old eating habits instead of making changes for better health, overlooking the latest safety tips for their home, or brushing off new medical recommendations just because they differ from what they learned years ago. Thinking that this is the way I've always done things can be risky, particularly when there are better, safer, and more effective options out there. Relationships evolve, and when we resist change, it can lead to a gap between family members. Younger generations communicate in unique ways, hold different values, and embrace distinct lifestyles. Rather than criticizing or resisting these differences, welcoming them with an open mind can really help to strengthen relationships instead of driving people apart. Many seniors discover that when they let go of how things used to be and begin to engage with the world as it is now, they feel more connected and experience less frustration. Embracing change doesn't mean losing sight of your true self. It's all about being adaptable so you can keep making progress. The world is always moving forward, and the more open you are to learning, adapting, and growing, the more independent and fulfilled you'll become. It's always a good time to welcome fresh approaches to life. When you keep an open mind, you'll discover that change can actually be something to embrace, not fear. It's something that can surprise you with joy and open up new opportunities in your life. One of the biggest blunders folks can make as they get older is not taking charge of their finances in a smart way. It's a common thought that as we age, money becomes less of a concern, particularly if we've stopped working and have some savings or retirement funds in place. But the reality is, when it comes to managing finances, like overspending, not accurately predicting future costs, or neglecting to prepare for emergencies, it can swiftly transform what should be easy-going years into a time filled with stress, hardship, and reliance on others. Many seniors often think they have enough money to get by, only to find out too late that medical bills, inflation, or surprise expenses can chip away at their savings quicker than they anticipated. It's not only about having money, it's about ensuring it sticks around for the long haul. Even folks who were doing well financially in their younger days can end up facing challenges if they don't change their spending habits to fit their new phase of life. Meet Richard, a 72-year-old who embraced his retirement with open arms, spending freely and thinking he had saved just enough to save a life without a care in the world. He went on trips, picked up gifts for his grandkids, and enjoyed dining out. Often, by the time he hit his late 70s, he began to realize that his savings were dwindling. Medical expenses started to add up, and he hadn't anticipated the costs of long-term care. With few choices available, he found himself leaning on his kids for financial help, something he had always hoped to avoid. If he had paid a bit more attention to his spending in the past, he might have been able to make his savings last longer and keep his financial independence intact. Another common oversight among seniors is not staying on top of their financial planning. Many people think that after they retire, they can stop worrying about investments, budgeting, or making any financial changes. Managing money is a journey that lasts a lifetime. Even as we grow older, making wise financial choices can really impact how comfortable and stress-free our lives can be. Staying on top of your expenses, knowing what you'll need for healthcare, and planning for potential long-term care can help you avoid financial struggles in the future. Older adults are often prime targets for scams. One of the most heartbreaking ways folks can lose their financial security is by putting their trust in the wrong people. Phone scams, email fraud, and even those tricky folks pretending to be financial advisors can wipe out your life savings in no time. Many seniors grew up in an era where trust was more common, and unfortunately, scammers exploit this vulnerability. Being able to spot financial scams, steering clear of unsolicited offers, and having a reliable financial advisor or a family member look over big financial choices can help you avoid serious losses. The secret to feeling secure financially in your later years isn't necessarily about having a lot of money. It's all about being wise. Making a solid budget, keeping an eye on those little expenses that can add up, and thinking ahead for future costs can really help make sure your money goes the distance. It's always a good time to make some changes. Even little financial adjustments today can really make a big difference when it comes to enjoying peace of mind, instead of dealing with financial stress down the road. If you're still with us and enjoying these insights, drop a comment with the number 4 below to let me know you're here. Hey there, if you haven't subscribed yet, I really encourage you to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you won't miss any of our videos. Your support keeps us going, allowing us to create great content that informs and inspires you. All right, let's keep going. Number 5, overlooking mental growth and purpose. One of the most overlooked yet life-changing mistakes folks make as they get older is letting go of personal growth and losing their sense of purpose. Many seniors start to think that after retirement, their opportunities for learning, setting new goals, or making a difference in the world have come to an end. But the truth is, having something meaningful to look forward to, be it a hobby, a passion, or a new challenge, is one of the key ingredients for staying mentally sharp, emotionally fulfilled, and physically healthy. Many people often think that mental decline is something we just have to accept as we age. Even though getting older brings about some changes, the brain is still able to learn, adapt, and create new connections all through our lives. The true threat isn't getting older, it's not staying active. when older adults stop participating in activities that challenge their minds, their brains tend to slow down. Research indicates that individuals who keep learning, be it through reading, tackling puzzles, or acquiring new skills, tend to have a much lower chance of facing cognitive decline. Imagine Linda, a vibrant 70-year-old who was once full of life and curiosity. After retiring, she ended up spending her days watching TV, feeling as though her best years were behind her. As time went on, she began to forget things more frequently, lost her spark for conversations, and felt a bit disconnected from life. One day she made the exciting choice to enroll in an art class at a nearby community center, a first for her. In just a few weeks, she discovered a fresh sense of purpose. Her mind became clearer, and she even found some new friends along the way. Another big mistake is not having a reason to rise and shine each morning. After spending decades working, raising families, and juggling responsibilities, many seniors find themselves feeling a bit adrift when those roles start to fade away. When you lack a sense of purpose, it's easy to find yourself feeling bored and down in the dumps before you know it. Finding a reason to stay engaged can really make a difference in our daily lives. Whether it's through volunteering, mentoring younger generations, tending to a garden, or even writing a book, these activities bring structure, motivation, and a sense of fulfillment that enriches our everyday experiences. Some seniors hold back from trying new things because they worry about failing or think it might be too late for them. But you know what? Age really doesn't matter when it comes to picking up something new. Many of the most uplifting tales come from individuals who embarked on new careers, picked up new languages, or embraced hobbies in their 70s, 80s, or even 90s. Growth continues on, no matter how old you get. It comes to a halt when you choose to stop putting in the effort. Keeping your mind engaged and feeling a sense of purpose does more than just lift your spirits. It affects how long we live, how our brains work, and our overall physical well-being. Those who keep pushing their limits, embrace curiosity, and seek out fresh ways to make a difference in the world tend to lead happier, more fulfilling lives. Regardless of your age, your mind can continue to grow and your life holds significance. Always look ahead, embrace new lessons, and remember that your greatest days are still to come. Wrapping things up. Now that we've gone through these 5 mistakes, why not take a moment to think about which ones might be impacting your life or the lives of those close to you? Aging isn't merely about the passage of time, it's all about the choices we make that shape our later years, leading us to a life filled with joy, purpose, and independence, or one marked by frustration and regret. The great thing is, steering clear of these mistakes doesn't mean you have to make huge changes. Making small changes in how you handle your health, relationships, mindset, and finances can really boost your overall well-being. If you've been putting your physical health on the back burner, now's the perfect moment to focus on getting active, eating right, and keeping up with those checkups. If you found yourself spending a lot of time alone, why not reach out to some old friends, make new connections, and use technology to keep in touch? It's a great way to stay engaged and feel more connected. If you've been holding back from change, just remember that adapting doesn't mean you have to lose your true self. It's all about equipping yourself with the tools you need to remain independent and stay connected in a world that's changing fast. If money has been on your mind, it's a good idea to take some proactive steps to secure your finances. Look for ways to trim unnecessary expenses and safeguard yourself from potential financial troubles. And if you're feeling a bit lost in your sense of purpose, just take it one step at a time. Grab a book, explore something fresh, or discover how you can share your knowledge and experiences with those around you. The decisions you make today will influence the quality of your life in the future. It's always a good time to take charge, make smarter choices, and guarantee that your later years turn out to be some of your finest. We really appreciate you being here with us today. We're excited to hear from you. We'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell us one thing you learned today and how you're planning to put it into action in your life. We really value your thoughts, so feel free to share them with us. Your comments really inspire and motivate us. If you liked this video and found it useful, we'd love for you to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Your support enables us to keep producing great content that informs and inspires you. We appreciate you tuning in, and we can't wait to catch you in the next video.